Life is full of distractions. People, possessions, expectations, and more hold us back from achieving our dreams. Have you ever felt pulled in so many different directions that focusing on your own personal development just feels impossible? Then I have a solution for you. Today we are going to learn what is monk mode and how to benefit from it. Let's dive right into it. So, what is monk mode? Monk mode is a trending topic in the world of personal and professional development. But it's anything but trendy. If anything, the concept of going into monk mode is simply a modern take on an ancient practice. In essence, monk mode is the practice of extremely withdrawing from the noise of the world in order to focus on your own inner peace and your own goals. Monk mode can include activities like completely cutting out social media, significantly reducing your social obligations, engaging in daily meditation, scheduling time for deep work. For thousands of years, monks of various philosophical and religious belief systems have withdrawn from the world so that they can hyper-focus on specific goals, achieving enlightenment, serving a higher power, eliminating vice, growing in virtue. Today, people can apply the concept of monk mode regardless of their beliefs to achieve self-improvement in many forms. Here are 7 tips for how to benefit from monk mode. Number 1. Know why you're going to enter monk mode. Before you decide to enter monk mode, ask yourself what your goals are. What do you hope to achieve by setting other people aside in order to work on yourself? Here are some of the reasons people decide that now is the right time for going monk. Reset mental state. Every day, life demands that we remain in a constant state of movement. We flit from one meeting to the next. In between professional or social engagements, we scroll on our phones. And when we finally have time to ourselves, we drown anxieties away in Netflix or YouTube. Monk mode allows us the opportunity to slow down, reset our mental faculties, and focus on growing our sense of self. Achieve a big goal. Maybe you have a really important goal that has just been impossible to make good progress on. You want to write a book, launch a business, or get yourself in peak physical condition, but the constant demands of life make it really hard to find the time. When you engage monk mode, you cut out so many social and physical distractions that it will become much easier to work towards your big goals. Break free of addictions or bad habits. We all have our weaknesses, and sometimes those weaknesses become bad habits or even dangerous addictions. Whether you struggle with video games, pornography, alcohol, or more, the mental reset and focus on inner self that comes with monk mode will make it the opportune time to finally overcome your toughest addictions. Number 2. Choose your monk mode time frame. Going monk can be a short-term adjustment, or it can be a lifelong pursuit. It really depends on you, your obligations to other people, and the goals you want to achieve. So before you start, you should establish the time parameters of your monk mode journey. Here are the few guidelines to consider. Stay in monk mode for at least 1 month. Any less time than this is not enough to get used to the system or achieve any benefits. Ideally, a better minimum is 3 months, but that is not always possible for people to commit to. Set enough time to achieve your goal. If you're going monk so that you can accomplish one of your big goals like writing a novel, you need to set aside enough time to actually take great strides towards it. Number 3. Severely restrict social media and other electronic communications. Social media is perhaps the biggest distraction of the 21st century. Whether you're checking out the latest new thing or staying up to date on world events, you could literally spend your entire life browsing and never see a fraction of the content out there. That is why you absolutely must restrict your social media engagement. One of the easiest ways to do this is to simply delete them from your phone. They are much less habitual when accessed from a computer. However, you also need to set a rule to limit your usage, like, I will only spend 30 minutes each day across all networks. The next big trouble is email. A good way to eliminate this distraction is to set up an autoresponder to let others know that you only check your email every 3 days. This way, anyone who actually needs your attention will call you. And by the time you finally get around to responding to people, they likely to have worked out problems on their own. Number 4. Cut out pointless noise. Monk mode is all about enhancing your sense of the self. Unfortunately, our brains hate silence. When we are alone with the self, we are forced to confront our fears, anxieties, vices, and bad habits. So how do we distract ourselves? with pointless noise. It takes lots of forms. Eliminating networks like Facebook and Instagram, as discussed above, is a great first step. But what about Netflix? What about video games? What about idle chit-chat? Even reading books can be a form of escapism and distraction. Like it or not, cutting out activities that are really just noise is the only way to truly look inward. It's going to be hard work, but if you value the state of your mind and are serious about monk mode, it will be worth it. Number 5. Eliminate gluttony in all its forms. In addition to glutting ourselves on endless distractions from media, we also drown out our inner voice with excessive enjoyment of food, drink, and more. So, one important facet of monk mode is identifying and eliminating your sources of gluttony, excessive enjoyment of physical pleasures. Here are some of the temptations you should consider cutting out completely or severely restricting: sweets and sugary drinks, caffeine, alcohol, snacks between meals, fast food, drugs, pornography, and sex. Monks focused on self-improvement would often engage in fasting as a way to directly combat gluttony. Rather than simply taking things out of your life, fasting is like actively adding a new part of who you are as a person. There are lots of ways to fast. You could decide to eat only one meal 3 days a week, or every day you might refrain from eating until 3 o'clock. Number 6. Practice daily meditation. Perhaps the most iconic part of life as a monk is meditation. While you can find all manner of in-depth guides, books, and blog posts about meditation, plenty of men and women manage to learn how to do it well without much instruction at all. The real trick to meditation is simply practice. When you start your monk mode, you should set aside at least 15 minutes every day, ideally in the morning, for meditation. As you get deeper into your life as a monk, you may want to increase the length of your sessions. So, what do you do during meditation? Simply sit in quietness and let things come and go from your mind. People often feel the need to fight back against distractions, but they will come, with or without you. The best approach is simply to sit, be aware of your thoughts and emotions, and enjoy the quiet. Once you've established a habit of daily meditation and stuck to it for at least a month, then you may be ready to seek out guidance on how to get better at it. But the hardest part for most people is simply making it a routine. Number 7. Schedule time for deep work. As we mentioned already, monk mode gives you a chance to work towards lofty goals. So be sure to add a deep work session or two to your daily schedule. These are several hours during which your only focus is to take massive action on one of the things that you value most. This is when you write that novel, this is when you do those workouts, this is when you build your business. Your mind is free of distraction and your life is your own to direct. These deep work sessions are your chance to make the most of monk mode. So now it's your turn. Why are you choosing monk mode? Tell us about it in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos.